not a lot of unique things in the world of crime, but Young Boys Incorporated and their rival, Pony Down, are a unique phenomenon in American crime history.
In Detroit, big money in the pockets of small boys has the attention of federal investigators. The New York Times reported today that authorities are trying to crack drug rings, paying the boys thousands of dollars to work as runners, distributing heroin to addicts. One 11-year-old was arrested with $2,000 in his pockets. And one auto dealer said a 15-year-old bought a Mercedes-Benz recently.
The rise of the teenage drug kingpin in urban America. Before crack cocaine was ever heard of, Young Boys Incorporated and Pony Down were infamous for using kids, 11, 12-year-olds, as runners.
And he started buying dope from Young Boys Incorporated.
I've copped dope from kids as young as 8, 9 years old, off of Dwayne and Dexter.
The kids work in teams, one collecting the money, another delivering the dope, others acting as lookouts, and all are decoys for one another. And when a lookout throws a signal, a busy street can become deserted in a matter of seconds. That way, a cruising police officer sees nothing.
You know, Murray Hill and Santa Mars, where we took everybody to a hotel right there once we figured on what we was going to do. We actually started on Ward Street, and it was me and my older brother figuring out. When my older brother came home in the 70s, we said that we wanted to get some money. You know, I was selling weed at the time, and my brother, he took my weed money and invested in other stuff. You know what I mean?
The Davis brothers were supplying both of them at the same time. Pony Down and Young Boys Incorporated.
The YBI, they was in competition with the Pony Down. They used to bring us $1 million a week, and the ponies would bring $1 million a week.
Pony Down, no one's ever really talked from Pony Down. There's not really pictures of them floating around much. There's just a few newspaper articles. But Doc Davis made some calls, and we're gonna call her Miss Pony, who is a female relative of the Pony Down founders.
Hi, my name is or my brothers were the Pony Downs.
LB, one of the Pony Down lieutenants, he called in from prison where he's serving time for another charge.
It's all in the area because, see, one of them you'll call Finkel, which they was back in the day, we would call FMK, Finkel Mafia Killers. And the other one, well, you said 6 Mile would be the Boogie Down Bronx, you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like
yep.
different areas, you know?
But that was a nicer area than like Dexter or 12th Street, right?
Absolutely, that's what he's trying to say. It was a nice area.
Most definitely was.
Yes, we grew up as middle class. Well, my parents were middle class.
What sorts of jobs did they have?
Well, my father was a laborer, and my mother.
Like at the plant?
Yes.
So it was an auto industry?
Yes.
So he was a high-paid laborer?
Yes, he was. Yeah. And my mother only worked a couple of part-time jobs from what I can remember, and then she just stopped working and just took care of the family 100%. But what I remember is that anybody who was hungry, my family would always feed them. We would always have neighborhood friends at our home.
When it started, when did it start to feel like your brothers were, like, where is this money coming from?
I graduated out of high school and I received a brand new Camaro, a red Camaro. I was the president of my graduating class.
What high school?
It was Cooley. And when after the ceremony and I came outside and I saw this brand new red car, I'm like, I knew it was mine. So I'm like, give me the keys.
And then in college, you said you got another graduation.
I received a Mercedes, a 450 SEL. For? A graduation gift from college.
And what'd you major in?
BSBA in accounting finance.
YBI, the only difference, YBI at least from what I can recall, they started earlier, and this whole concept of using two things that people didn't use before, which was young kids that were juveniles and taxi cabs to do the drug deals, because you can't forfeit taxi cabs, although I think they eventually did.
Was Pony Down What was the level of sophistication of them and the size versus YBI?
Pretty close to the same to me. I'd say, they had a lot of guys. I mean, I'd say for 3 or 4 years, I didn't do much that wasn't somehow affiliated with them. Somebody'd get stopped for a pistol, somebody'd get stopped with some drugs, and a lot of the other lawyers that worked around me, they were pretty active. Let's put it that way. They were very active. They're tough guys. They can take it when they go to jail. They're real crooks. They know that's part of it. They know you got to pay lawyers' fees. They know you got to pay bonds. They don't whine and complain. They know they did it. You get them a great deal, or if you have a tribal case and you win it, they're appreciative. They don't, as far as I could see, they don't go straight after it's done.
Yeah, it was middle class, but we came from Dexter. We come from Dexter's Joy Road.
Oh, so you're from the same general area that the YBI guys are from?
I don't give a f about you and that in the jury, your punk ass car, none of that. Nigga, I'm from Dexter. I'm YB and I.
That's where we all come from, that area over there. But in '69, we moved to a better area.
Pony Down kind of formed as a response to Young Boys Incorporated. Young Boys Incorporated was very aggressive, taking over street corners.
When they had disputes, because remember there's 300-400 ponies and there's 300-400 YBI, and they go to clubs together and they fight and they have problems, and they have problems with women. They be messing with each other's women and different stuff.
Well, I know something about that though. After we turned the Pony Down, I seen how the young cats carried it in the club and stuff. I never went to the club. I might pull outside in the back and see them and stuff. I never went in there with them because I already knew it was gonna be some confusion.
Oh, so you guys really couldn't even go out that much, or it was because it just caused too much of a frenzy?
We would call a meeting and we resolve that. We would say, look, it's about money. It ain't about all this ego and pride and.
Did you feel like one of the most powerful or important people in the city of Detroit
at that time?
At that time?
Yeah, I felt the power.
Was feeling powerful the real high at that level for you guys?
Yes.
There was, I guess, it was called best bag win. So multiple heroin dealers would have their product on the same street corner, and whatever brand the drug user wanted to buy, he could. But YBI put a stop to that in parts of Detroit. You had to go. And because you were a family unit, and YBI suffered from all that infighting and what Butch Jones was doing to everybody and etc., you guys were a tighter unit. So would you say, and Mr. Davis, would you say, having interacted with both parties, that Pony Down might have been more
organized
and disciplined?
They was more disciplined and organized
than YBI.
Right, and they was than YBI. Really, the violence.
We treated all our people like we was all brothers. If one of our brothers had a problem, all of our brothers had a problem.
Peter Gunn, who was the guy that Doc Davis and Dwayne supplied, he recently died. So what was your relationship with Gary Davis?
The Davis family.
Yeah, well, actually, the Davis brothers was almost like a part of my family to me. You understand? We come up, we was like really tight. That was my man's though.
What age did you meet them at?
Ooh, I was a young kid. I was probably just forget to be 20 years old then.
And you're a little bit younger than Gary?
Yeah, I'm a little bit younger than Gary and Dwayne. I'm a little bit younger than both of them.
Did you feel that they were like, I guess looking back now, you would say, gee, you led me down the wrong path, but at the time everyone was doing it. Do you think if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be alive, or you wouldn't have had the life you led? Hard to say.
No, because it was a family. It was a family affair. You know, doing
Yeah,
that
'cause
family
we-
affair activity, he met Dwayne. So it
Was
wasn't
already
like he
going
was
on.
a mentor.
Okay.
So the answer would be no.
And when did they be?
When I met Dwayne, when I met Doc, Doc was like a big brother to me. You understand? I respected Doc. You understand? He was a good dude.
This is just a little piece of the story of Pony Down. It's too complicated for me to say this is the story. This is just one small chapter of their story, and Pony Down is one small piece of the puzzle of the Davis family story.